All right, y'all. Thank y'all for tuning in. There you go. I'm right here at the Renaissance Tower. If you want to know, thank y'all for tuning in.
That was our quickest 10-minute stream
Make
I've
sure
ever
y'all
seen
hit
in
the
my
love
life.
button. If you are watching this pre-recorded, make sure you go and
What the
hit
deuce?
Smash Love the Kids and donate. All right, y'all. Thank y'all. Let us know what you think about today.
Oh,
Shanita, Cleveland, tuning out.
that's messed
Go
up.
vote
That's cold.
if you have a runoff. Heads up.
Cold right there. Well, at least we got the ISS. Snap diggity dog. Alright, looks like we're just going to be doing YouTube real quick. Hey John, how goes it, brother? That was another pro-Palestinian march. Just give me 1 sec, let me isolate that audio. There was one there. UK had a couple today as well, London. And it started off, there's a George Floyd memorial something going on right now. Give me 1 sec. Yeah, so that it's all's pretty calm. You see this? Alright, we got an unfolding SWAT situation going down. Give me 1 sec here, I'll bring it to you. Suspect barricaded. Alright, well this just changes. Stand by. I'll get some details on this. And I'll bring it to you.
I have it. Just send it to me. I'm going to upload it.
That's interesting.
You want to text me the address you want to send to? Yeah. Text it.
Get this out of the way. How goes it, folks? Right? Yeah, in Arlington. Hey, can you throw me a link there if you don't mind? Give you some cheer. Stand by. Hop on here. YouTube's the only platform live at the moment. If I do wrap it up. But there'll definitely be some more into tonight. Minneapolis should be active as well.
Wait, hold on. I gotta record. Oh, look. Ooh, they broke the window.
Get some musica. It's nuts. Let me get some details on this real quick. See what's good. Get a location YouTube, be pulling out your chat momentarily. Terrence K is live at the moment as well. Palestine March. Alright. Oh shit, he's in the police car. He's in the goddamn car. Suspect barricaded inside a police car near Lazy Acres Market. This is Long Beach. So he's in the goddamn car. Shit. Well, that's interesting. This is Long Beach local. Let's get that email. I presume Long Beach is in Cali. Interesting. Let me update the title too on YouTube. I could chat out as well. And we'll get some tunage going. Get some music. Chill. Wait for some protests. See if anything comes. Hey, Dave, good to see you, Mr. McCoy. Belinda, you too. Miss Jeanne, Maddie, and Courtney Cook. Hey. Good to see you guys. Misdemeanor, how goes it, my friend? So, yeah, it started in Dallas. And, I guess, smashed the topic. You know what I mean? Goes live for about 10 minutes and ends it. There was north of 1,000 people there. It's nuts. But let me just get this updated here. You guys are the one and only here on YouTube. Getting an exclusive stream at the moment. Let's do a pop-out chat. Let's get chat. Lastly but not least, we can get some music. Blood Raw, good to see you, brother. It started off literally initial 5 minutes or so was Dallas, Texas, north of 1,000 people there. Another pro-Palestinian march, and they were also chanting, support, or I should say solidarity, BLM chants. So there's that. But we'll be on the lookout should anything else pop up.
Came in my bike store before he did this.
Yeah. You work at a bike store?
Yeah,
Mike? What's your name?
Aaron.
Baron. Who's Mike?
He's my son.
Okay. Yeah, that's probably who I was talking to then. Yeah, because I got into work about 11:30ish, and he was in the bathroom, and he stole a burrito.
Can I get this on camera, by the way?
I don't want to be on camera. I'm
Yeah.
sorry.
Got cords
Okay.
everywhere,
I don't
guys.
want to be on
Freaking
camera. I was just talking to him. He took up the bathroom. He right out first.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, and then he tried to
Yeah, right, Barry? Screwed up is right. Normally, they got electronic pop locks
just
on the
for my
doors.
company's protection.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah.
What happened?
Otherwise, I would.
What happened?
He took a bottle of booze or something, right? Then
Yeah.
he left and he tried to buy something. And he got
Yeah, he was in the restroom. He had stolen a burrito.
We'll get some more audio if possible.
Blind guy found him in there, told him to leave, and then apparently he went across to the bike store, and then tried stealing a bike. Came back into our store, and he stole some alcohol.
I wanted to get
we,
alcohol, but I kind of can't.
We had asked him, to leave.
He's
He
just,
got
sorry.
rowdy with our
Yeah, that's the
management,
ISS live
and
stream as well.
Police actually tackled him at the front door. He was fighting with a police officer.
So we're learning some deets here, guys.
And then they had put him into the back of the car. Well, when they put him into the back of the car, he was acting very erratic. So they're not sure if he had a gun or a knife or something. but
Nicole, there's a
he did have
suspect
something. They kept
barricaded in
telling
a
him,
police
"Drop
vehicle.
Whatever you have."
They put him in the car.
Unfortunately, he didn't take into consideration
Details are
what
coming.
the officers have been telling him. He's been sitting in the back of the car since around 11:30 this morning and just not applying the police orders. So they had the actual protection over the front windows, the side windows, and just trying to get him to mellow out a little bit. But he's back there, and
Give him some tunage.
Thank you.
not complying.
Right.
Yeah, not complying. So they evacuated our store, closed the store down, and the SWAT team got here. I guess they just broke the side window out, and hopefully they're gonna send the dog in to get him out or something. But yeah, he's drunk and high on drugs.
Oh.
He's a local in the neighborhood.
Drunken high. That explains
Yeah,
it.
just a homeless guy, you know, drinks a lot on drugs, and he comes in and rips us off.
Now he gets his own theme
He's not-
music.
He's probably in his late 30s.
Okay.
But, yeah, young
Nicole,
guy.
all for the love of a burrito.
You know, we never really had problems with him arguing and fighting before.
We thought it was like that.
Yeah.
Interesting.
We practiced still one of these buttons.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, Gian, good to see you.
Oh, you have more information too?
Yeah.
That's good. Yeah.
I didn't have as much as you've had, but I went over there and I really spoke to the Bible and
Oh, yeah.
See if we got any
I
other
tried to walk
streams.
out the service.
Yeah.
So this is Long Beach. Suspect barricaded inside of police car near Lazy Acres Market. We've got 1, 2, 3,
But I
4,
think,
5.
One of the guys stopped
Looks like a
and started
squad of
talking to
5
one of the-
SWAT members there. With
worked
the
at Palestine
riot
Israel.
shield up front.
Okay. The guy in the back or something?
Yeah, the guy on the bike was the owner, and I talked to him, but
Interesting.
he wasn't in there. I don't see the other guy. I guess he went back to the bike shop.
Yeah, very.
He's
They
actually
likely
going
got
on live
K9
right
on
now, and I
scene
was
as well,
coming to
brother.
Lazy to get some groceries.
What?
And I was like, Francis, there's something going on. I can't even get inside Lazy. There's something
So we
cool.
shall see.
He was like,
We shall see.
Say that you're from Long Beach local news.
Yeah, I just texted him.
Oh, okay.
I mean, if they patted him down and he was in the process of being placed under arrest, I don't see why, the measures are being taken, but I guess protocol. Nicole says she does feel bad for some of the homeless. She has a good friend who's a sidewalk minister,
I mean, there was no gunshot.
and he's trying to make a difference. Is he homeless himself, Nicole?
It's just him not wanting to.
Yeah, not all homeless people are addicts or, stuff to that effect. Not at all. Just good people with unfortunate circumstances. Alright, so Floyd family joins, oh gosh, Al Sharpton rally for 1 year since Floyd's passing. So that's why it's going down in NYC. That explains it. Okay. Well, meantime. Got some sweet non-copyrighted music playlist for you guys. So as things unfold here, we'll have some background music. DT, good to see you, brah. How goes it? Let's see which gravy train have. I'm always hesitant to play this non-copyrighted music because it ends up being similar, and that'll get you popped. Mind you, I was covering, Blexit, White House lawn. They're playing the flutes and everything else, and I got popped for a copyright. It said, this song sounds similar to the 1866 or whatever the version was. I'm like, it was a band playing on the front lawn. Sheesh. Hey, Janet, no need to share, just hanging. Good to be with you, but always sharing's caring. You're a good person. Good to be with you guys and girls today, as always. Hope this finds you doing well and in good health. Alrighty then. Again, this is an exclusive one for YouTube only. I just got a ding, so that might be a link. There should be another Palestinian protest going down. I forgot the location there. Stand by. There she blows. Beverly Hills, LA. This should be interesting. Okay, this is popping. Okay, we can roll with this. Breitbart's there, of all places. Save video. Alright, we're going to be heading to LA here momentarily. Stand by, guys. Pull this up right now. Might go live to Facebook for this one. Pretty decent. Got it. Oh yeah, this one's popping. Just started a minute ago. On it. On it, Onyx. We add the stream wall, and we shall get things underway. And this will be Breitbart. This is LA. Cali. Sizable crowd here. Stand by, pulling them up. Live rally for Israel. Forgive me, this is not pro-Palestinian. This is Israel. There are white and blue flags. So let me bring this to you. Stand by. Oh, they got the guy. Look at that shit. Stand by. Let's see if we can get some volume. Book them, boys. Book them. Sorry, I was... Let's see what we got over here. Thank you very much there, Onyx. Barry, good to be with you. Stand by, guys. We got LA coming in hot. Let's switch here to stream wall, and this is what we got. Volume incoming. Yo, if it ain't copyrighted, it ain't on my podcast, dingbats. I gotta mute that for a second. Oh, sweet outfit. Lovely. When she said biker, though, she didn't mean that kind of biker. That's the biker I was talking about. Now you know who's showing up to the date. Just gotta mute this here and there. But I can do that. That's not copyrighted. There's no issues. Yo, what I can do in the future though is I can use sound effects to F with the algo from getting the copyrights. Amen, Paulette. Amen. Spot on. They didn't fire I believe it's now 2,000 or 3,000 rockets. It started off as 300. So, yeah, don't start a fight you can't finish. Is the moral of that story. The music is killing me. Killing me. This is some party music. All I need is a gyro to go with it, man. Makes me want to get one. Copyright though. Zion? What'd Zion do to you? Only the truth. I don't know who Zion is, though. Yo, Paulette, you feeling that gyro? You know it. Sorry about that volume. You got me amped up. I love gyros. Platters. Only the truth. You missed the 1 to 2,000 that were in Dallas, which started off the stream. You should have seen them, man. I would have loved to see those words. So true. None of them had any song. It was nuts. see some social distancing here taking place before us. But hey, didn't Darwin put it best, right? There you go. Leave it to him. Exactly, Brit. Yup, don't start a fight if you can't fight either. That's it. That, it ain't the size of the dog in the fight that matters. It's the size of the fight in the dog. That too. Respect your opponent. Don't try firing rockets from hospitals and schools and that type of deal. Which I also learned, Israel gives advance warnings to those locations before they strike as to minimize civilian casualties. Exactly, these people having demonstrations over the shit going on. Bill, a lot of rockets been fired. I don't know if you've seen, but it's been nuts. No drummer. Just a sec. They're missing a drummer, boy. That's true. Every good protest needs a drummer. That is a fact. Oh yeah, Mr. Sack, they always have the horns. But what I've noticed at the Palestinian ones, it's like they're kind of like trolls. They just lay on it. Just, I don't know if they do laps or what, but used to back and they tell them their meaning is in the chip. Watching live streams, still, why demonstrations over here? Oh, okay, I got you now, Bill. Many of them, I would presume, have family members over there. I would think have family members over there. So that, and also up to, I guess, the current administration or even present date, technically we are an ally of Israel. So per the book, an attack on them would normally be equivalent to an attack on us. Yo, he's got that Jewish party bus right there. Look at that. Get you some of that shit. Yeah, possible, Barry. That Iron Dome, can't say that damn thing isn't quite impressive. They have two variants, one of them firing rockets, the other utilizes autocannons, which fire in sequence or in unison.
Hi guys.
Pretty crazy.
I'm on a live stream right now for Bright News. Can you tell us what brought you out here today?
Yeah. Like, it's become popular to become anti-Semitic, and it's crazy to us. We're the only nation in the Middle East that's pro-LGBTQ, we're pro-peace, we work with the other
Brit.
nations to try and develop peace.
Dropping the hammer.
Deny us, and we're here to show people that we're pro-peace.
Awesome. Thank you very much. Thank you.
You're welcome here, bro. Right, Maddie and Court. That's exactly what I noticed too. It looked like rhinestones by a paint on a I don't even know what that was. Bus, party bus thing. No. Music. I'm sorry, guys. I have to mess with the audio. It's a horrible girl. I'm hoping it will, anyways. So this is LA. And I'm actually surprised because there's a strong presence of Antiques right at this location here, or just outside it in the suburbs. And as you know, they're affiliated with the three-letter org and the pro-Palestinian march that just took place when this stream started in Dallas. They started chanting BLM chants, I guess in solidarity or support with that group, as they've done the same vice versa. But someone said, or I guess the woman just said, it's became quite popular to be anti-Semitic in the States. something powerful coming your way. Alright, that stream with
Hey, I
that
love your
guy who was
uniforms.
locked up in a police vehicle, he is now under
Very cool.
arrest, that homeless dude. So everything turned out alright there in Long Beach. That's correct, Jan. Yep, we are allies of Israel. Horns are honking. And we've also got a live stream coming to you live down on Earth. Let me just size this up and get it out of your way. Pretty dope. Do I have them? I was gonna say, try to get a better quality here, hang on. Do things a different way. What is real Palestine or the fact that they're fighting? LOL, that makes 0 sense. Well, you're welcome to your opinion, Bill. Just as much as these people are right here. You know? You know, when World War II happened, you had the Axis, and then you had the Allies, right? So if someone had your mentality back then, you'd say, well, what the fuck does Hitler matter? He's over in Europe. We're over here in the States. He can't affect us, right? That's kind of like, you know, apples to lemons there. Go check this one out.
Perfect, thank you.
That's also live. But I'm going to bring you to Breitbart, get a better quality stream. If you guys deem the quality of content and coverage worthy of liking or bump in either direction, it's always appreciated. Just the same, if you appreciate my efforts, do have that donor info pinned in the comment section. However, not a requirement, but it does keep the show going. Allows me to do this for you. There's a lot of time, effort, energy goes into it. And kombucha, quality as promised. Damn.
Check, 1, 2.
Mic check 1 2 1 2, bro. He knows what it's about. What's up with your music? Yo, they ended it. Well, that does it then. Stand by, we'll do that. And I don't believe we got anything else after that.
Come on, y'all can do better than that. Give it up for the young man, 17 years old. Oh, come on, y'all can do better than that now. Come on, all of our young folks that out here doing stuff that ain't
That
right.
audio's coming from OBS. Let me just
I'm
check
so happy
something.
this afternoon to bring on this young lady, somebody that
As I said, they're doing a George Floyd memorial with Al Sharpton. That's where this audio is coming from. I'll bring that to you next. Hang on.
He has helped organize all
Interesting.
over the city. Look at
Whenever that dude gets involved, you know things are going to be calm.
Come on, say his name. Say
The
his name.
1 year anniversary.
Say his name. Before I even get started, I want to give a shout out to my city, Minneapolis, Minnesota. Come on and make some noise.
That Target that's still there, those 1,500
And give a
businesses.
shout out to the world. For those of you that are here in this moment for this time, in this space right here, right now, I want to give you a news flash real quick that y'all been here before. Yeah, you've been here before. I know that you have a birth date, and I know today is 5/23.
Onyx,
I
they
get
will
that.
never protest
I
in
get that
space.
the time is ticking and it's 5:04. We'll never see this
And that's
moment, but you've been here
You're
before.
doing. People can
Yeah,
do
you
what they
could've been
want.
born at any
America.
time, at any moment, but
That's
yet
right,
still
Maddie
you've
and
been here
Courtney
before.
Cook.
When
America.
Harriet Tubman was going through the
Fact.
Underground Railroad, you was with her. You just didn't know her. You were being equipped. Then you've been here before. The Reverend Dr. Martin Luther King
I
said
know
on
it.
that silver
I know
bridge,
it, Paulette.
You've been here before when your grandmama didn't even know what was going on and she had no words to give, so she would just hum and she would rock, activating her vagus nerve. You've been here before. Back in the Bible when Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob, and when Moses was looking at Pharaoh, and they were eye to eye, and the Red Sea parted, you've been here
What does the
before.
Bible preach, though? Forgiveness, right?
So let me be very clear with you. Nothing is happening by
Thou
surprise. It's
shalt
new
not
to
be
you,
judgmental,
but it ain't new.
as it's no
Because
human's
you've been
place to
here
be. Only the
before.
Lord.
And as a black woman, as a melanated people,
There you go, Janet.
we know what it means when it says, and when the song
Yeah,
says that
yeah.
we come this
Miss-
far by.
Miss June,
Come on,
yeah.
holla at your girl, we come
He's here.
this far by. Yeah, we've been
Let me look in the background, see if we got any others from this
before.
area.
As we march the streets. I was called on 525. I'm also the executive director for the neighborhood that George Floyd was slaughtered in. I'm going to call it what it is. It wasn't an incident.
I've heard a lot of good
It
things
was
about
an
that square.
accident. It was a cold-blooded murder. Remember when Jamar Clark and we said on Plymouth, I'm not new to this. Yeah, it wasn't an incident. It wasn't an accident. It was a cold-blooded murder. I remember when Philando Castellan, it was caught on video. So this ain't the first time it was caught on video. We took a break because we just knew that they would be convicted for murder. It wasn't an incident. It wasn't an accident. It was murder. So what has changed? The game hasn't changed. The game remains the same. But what has changed is that you've been activated on a whole nother level. There's a warrior on the inside of you that was activated on
Nothing else at the
525
moment, folks.
on a whole nother level. And the word of God says it like this: so much is given, much is required. And I know that a lot of you all, regardless what you subscribe to, you in love with
Exactly,
Jesus, the
Paulette.
Lamb of God. I like the one that flipped the tables over up in the temple. That's the one that
Telex, NASA Lives.
The one that
Yeah.
stood between and said, no, she
What do
may
they
be
say
sleeping with
NASA,
him,
that
but you're not gonna
abbreviation
get-"
is for?
That's the one I roll with. The social justice radical Jesus, the black Jesus. That's who
Not
I
a sincere
roll with. We've been
answer.
here before. So with
I
this
can't
moment in
remember.
time that you've been given right now, I need you to be aware of the warrior that was summoned as we heard the last heartbeat of George Floyd. I need you to be aware of the call
Right,
from
Belinda?
the cloud of witnesses that stood from the heavenly host that called you by name and said, now it's time for war. I need you
Check
to
Twitch,
understand that
lastly but
you've
not least.
been here before. And unfortunately, George Floyd was not the last name that we now have to fight for. Unfortunately, black folks, if you understand systems, this thing is layered. We had 15 murders. I have to say it, 15 shooters the other day. It's layered systems. Same system, different uniforms. We've been here before. And since you've been here before, you've been equipped for battle. You've been equipped for battle. It's a heartbeat in your chest, baby. You've been equipped for battle. Grandma didn't know she was doing it. You've been equipped for battle with your fine self. You've been equipped for battle. So when you say his name, understand that the heavenlies are
That's it,
saying
Barry.
his
Spot
name.
on, brother. Divide and conquer.
When you
That's
march
fine.
your march, understand that they rooting you on. It may be new to you, but it's not new to the defined. You've been here before. And I declare out of my mouth right now that what our ancestors
I
did
got
not
something
see,
for you
you
guys.
would see.
We'll go to Hassan.
420 was
Dude's
a
pretty damn
preview
popular. See how
of
many
what
people are
justice
viewing right
looked
now.
like because y'all did not get tired.
Son,
If
we
y'all
got
didn't get mad and start roaring,
32,000
we would
people
not have
watching
got
this
the
guy. I'm
seed
about
of
to bring in.
justice
Hang on one
when they
sec.
convicted on 420. You've been here
Ditch
Before, as
space.
my grandmama would say, don't get weary in well-doing. I know it's heavy. I know some of y'all pissed off. What the hell is going on? I get it. But you've been equipped for this battle. You've been equipped for this
That's
war.
it. The Lord's
And
army,
when we
baby.
hear their names, it will be a sound of victory with your fists up. When you hear his name, it will be a sound. When you hear her name with your fists up, it'll be a sound of victory. This is new to you, that you've been equipped for here.
That's a crazy story.
You've been here
No, I haven't, but I know if I
I've never laughed at anything. I only like to applaud
I'll rip this up one
and
second.
guffaw with a person whose position,
Bill
ideological
Barr.
or worldview I
He's
agree
fucking
with.
vicious, but he speaks the truth.
that she's going to get a
tell you that
ridiculous
much.
amount of money that she didn't earn. I'm going to be labeled a misogynist.
Of course she's going to get a ridiculous amount of money.
Yeah, why? Yeah.
What do you mean?
Why?
She's been a partner of
Stop
his.
it.
What?
Stop it.
Stop what?
Just stop with this bullshit that, like, Dr. Dre's wife hanging out with them,
Maddie
and that's
and
why he
Courtney,
came up with the
They
headphones.
said the rooster on her shirt is going to crow
what?
for the third
He,
time.
like, I don't
real
understand,
soon.
like, what do you talk to your wife about? Are you sitting there going
Maddie
over
and
plans
Courtney.
and blueprints?
That was pretty powerful.
You're not. It's
The
all
rooster
like,
is going to crow for the
you've been
third
working
time
a
on
lot
their shirt.
lately.
Yeah.
Which isn't even supportive.
Wait a minute.
Hey, I am liberal
wife-
when it comes to this shit. Because when Britney Spears got divorced from that backup dancer, he should have got a tracksuit and a laptop. Okay, those were all her songs. And I'm going to say, no, but he supported her.
But this has nothing to do then. What you're saying is this has nothing to do
You
with
know what I love
someone's
about Bill
gender.
Gates?
Oh, yeah.
You know what I
go ahead.
love about Bill Gates?
Probably
I
money.
love that
Yes.
he has so much money that even if she cuts him in half, he's still got 15 billion.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, so he's still there.
Yeah.
He can enter that second part of his life, you know, maybe wear an open shirt, get the convertible, to track something like,
Get
you know,
what- get
a
what- like
third
it-
of it.
I think the funny part about this is that, like, I don't think Melinda Gates deserves that kind of money. But the difference is, I also don't think Bill Gates deserves that kind of money. You know what I mean? Like, what the fuck are you doing with that much money? Like, no, give it away, and not in like some weird fucking, I'm doing philanthropy so that like people will forget about the fact that like I'm a demon kind of way. But I mean just literally like give it to the governments immediately, like give it to a worldwide government that will distribute the wealth appropriately to by need. They did innovate computers though. Okay. I don't think that there is a I think there should be a maximum amount of wealth. Like I literally think there should be a maximum amount of wealth, okay?
Okay.
Where it's
Where's he
like
going with this?
if you're at a point where like your
Yeah,
children
Barry,
are
fact.
definitely
You
going to be
gotta
still
liquidate
very
those
wealthy.
assets
That's
for
it. We
to be
capped it at
50
that.
billion. That's right, and a lot of that is intellectual.
You see what I'm
worth.
saying?
Fact.
And then like any
Unless
point
he
beyond
sells
that,
the
like
rights,
motherfuckers would
it
be
ain't
like,
worth
well, then
anything.
no one will want to innovate. It's like, dude, not a single person that has reached $1 billion in wealth is like innovating at that point to what, make it 2 billion or 3 billion. They're not even innovating in general. At that point, they have already outsourced the
That's
innovation
right,
to like
Breeze. Big
very
difference.
smart engineers.
Assets are only worth what you can get for them.
After that, dude, I have the perfect idea. Rich people love exclusivity and clubs.
Yup.
Okay? This is like a Nathan For You episode. But what if
And you
we
want to
put
know
a
something too,
maximum
guys? You
amount
want to
of,
know who the
we put
worst
a
tippers
cap,
are?
like a max cap on wealth.
Okay, it's
and then
like a
beyond
power
that,
trip.
you still strive to make more money because, like, you know,
Are the
we gotta
quote
have
corporate
that, we gotta have
CEOs
that. That's
holding
the
their
only
fucking
motivating
meetings
principle.
at a
But
Chili's
what happens is, like,
that don't even tip
after that point, which
20%?
everyone is still trying to arrive at.
I know that from experience.
After that point, you join a prestige
You want to
club.
know who the best tippers are?
Okay. You
Your
join
blue collar
a
workers who
prestige
drop
worldwide
100
club.
down
So what happens there is like
for an
the
$80
more
tap
your wealth gets
or an
distributed,
$80 bill.
so the
That
more wealth
happened.
you generate,
Not a
that gets
$20 tip,
distributed
$100
back to
on an
your
$80
workers,
meal.
okay, the more you are prestigious. So that way, we create another hierarchy,
But I
a social
suppose
hierarchy,
it shows
something that
how
fucking
they
billionaires like
acquired
absolutely
their
care
wealth,
about.
or
You know what I mean?
saved
Like
their wealth.
Equinox, you pay $300 fucking a month to go there, and then there's still one like elite level above your regular locker room where like inside of the Equinox, there's like a separate exclusive locker room for rich people that are even
Barry
richer than
says
the other
it's
people,
called
right?
Too rich
And
to care.
some people do that. And then also on top of that, there's signature Equinox clubs where it's like, oh, you can't, like, you need like super high up ranking.
Thanks, Honest. I'll check it.
Every fucking rich person group has like
Probably gonna wrap this
like
one
a
up.
VIP
Reinhardt.
and then a cordoned off
check,
section of the actually VIP people. Like, this is just how rich people operate. So just use that against them and create like this weird fucking social hierarchy, this exclusive club to be
Is Riot Hard on Facebook?
that will
never shows
incentivize
up in
people
a search for me.
to redistribute as much wealth. Well, not as much. It does it by gunpoint, but then also simultaneously it gives you like it gives you brownie points, and you're in this exclusive club. Okay. There's a soft cap for wealth. Going forward, we put a fucking soft cap for wealth, but in order to continue the innovation, it's really important to foster innovation. Oh my god, the profit motive is so important. After the soft cap, we have like every dollar goes into a fund that gets distributed back to the workers that generated it. Okay, you can still have the exploitative profit system. Ultimately, it doesn't matter because like you're taking all of that and giving it back. You know what I mean? Just like make it more complicated, but also make people feel like we're under the same organization of the economy. And then you take all the wealth back up the top. Once you hit the soft cap, and you give it back to the people. And the more you generate wealth that way, the more you give back to your workers.
On a factory floor.
And the more you give back to your workers, the higher your prestige level is. Makes sense?
I agree with him to some degree, but that wouldn't work because then it would deter people from wanting to attain wealth. You know? Potential.
Okay.
You gonna play some shit?
Get like an '88 Chrysler LeBaron. Drive around.
Didn't you used to be a neocon? That's what my friend told me. What? Come on, bro.
I know. Get the.
Why you gotta lie? You're here. Like you probably don't have friends. Come on. None of us do. That's why we're here. Okay. Chill.
He's got 38,000 people watching him, man. Look at how fast that chat's going, dude.
This fucking guy, dude. Yeah, a friend.
The Ferrari California, you know, the GT, right? You get the GT with the top down, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah, and go attract
Yeah,
some gold digger.
Janet, it wasn't
that's
a
gonna,
hostage
like, you know,
situation.
build up your ego.
It was a
Do that for a while.
barricaded suspect in a
You think that's what he's gonna do? You think he's gonna start?
I think if you buy that car, that's what it comes to you. Like, there's a danger to buying that car. That big yellow, they see that big yellow prancing pony, and they just come out. They come up out of the manhole covers. All these gold diggers, like a zombie movie. You make a lot of money. You gotta be. You can't buy a car like that. That is a gold digger magnet, and they are so good at it. They can look and tell if it's rented or not. They know where to look for the sticker. I don't know how to do that. I'm just saying, predator behavior goes both ways. But this sort of predator behavior does not fit the narrative.
I see.
Yeah.
Okay.
Of all those white people branding themselves as good people rather than just trying to make money off the suffering of others.
Who?
Just all of these people who are sitting there acting like they're not like up. Everybody is up in the head. You are. If you really listen to your inner monologue, I thought that. Stuck in traffic, I actually had the thought, uncontrolled, selfish moment. I wish COVID killed more people so I could get to the Comedy Store quicker.
Jesus.
I thought, I know it's a wrong thought.
Right,
but
you're
it
admitting
happened.
that you had that.
It happened.
I've wanted to kill and kill again, but I don't do it.
I don't do it either. And that's the difference between being on the outside.
So you think of...
Do you know a buddy of mine told me he watched this documentary on the son of Sam?
Yo,
and he was
Son
saying,
of
like,
Sam's
dude, you
some
got to
good shit.
see it. He didn't kill all those people. He had help. And I was like, dude, I'm not watching this documentary. He goes, no, they proved it. I go, they did. He goes, yeah, they proved it. I go, how did they prove it? He goes, well, they went in. They asked David Berkowitz. They asked him. They go, did you kill this guy? He's like, yes. Did you kill this guy? He's like, yes. Did you kill this guy? He goes, no. He said no. I go, oh, you mean the guy who was talking to a dog? That guy.
Exactly.
That's your proof.
Hurt his neighbor's dog. That told him that he had to go out.
Not
and
everything
off
he
This
the
is
says.
why I like this sweater.
Yeah.
Because it just lets people know that I'm this curmudgeon. I'm really steering in. I'm going the opposite of what I'm supposed to be doing right now. I'm supposed to be doing HGH, get that Hulk face going, right?
Right.
Get some,
Barry.
Bro,
Well,
why is he ripping
Guess I won't
Rogan a
finish
lot?
that documentary.
Like, he's low-key, like, the anti-masker shit, the anti-vax shit. Now he's talking about, like, doing HGH and, like, getting the fucking weird, like, HGH face. Like, he's, like, these are all, like, he's kind of jabbing at Bro Jogan a lot, dude.
Bro Jogan, that's clever.
hair plugs.
Yeah.
And what else is, what's the last thing?
He
What's
does
the
not hate
trifecta
Joe. He loves Joe.
Of that. Oh, the Botox.
Oh, yeah, you got to get Botox.
You got to go Botox, you got to do the hair plugs, and then you do the HGH, and then your organs grow, so you still
Human
kind of look
growth
fat.
hormone. Oh, my God.
But you're going the other way. This is so much cheaper. You're wearing a sweater.
Bro Jogan, that's clever, right,
Breeze?
Breeze?
Sidekick, right? They need the sidekick in the movie that looks like this,
Right.
right? So I'm going to fill that void.
But you are. You're on The Mandalorian. That's a huge deal
Nah,
for
neither
you.
have I,
For
Breeze.
anybody.
That was a huge
clever.
You're in the thing. That's the one show that everybody watched during COVID. I have to question you about this because you used to make fun of Star Wars.
I feel weird about this because, like, I never watched this. Did I miss out on something? Like, did everybody watch Mandalorian? Is that for real? Like, I never watched it.
Nah, I never saw
Do
it.
you guys even watch shows?
Never
I
heard
feel
of
like you
it.
just watch Twitch, dude. Like, I feel like you just watched it. I am your Mandalorian and your CNN at the same time. Or we just watch YouTube
Yeah,
together.
me too.
And then when we're not doing that, like,
I don't think
maybe
anything's
because
gonna pop
I'm
up
old,
until later.
I go and I watch shows,
So
but
I'll
I
be
feel like
wrapping
most
this one
of
up
chat
here
doesn't even
momentarily.
fucking do that.
But likewise,
Especially
always
if
good
you
to
are
see you girls.
young.
Thanks for chilling.
Like, on the younger end, you're just like, no, this is my entertainment.
I wouldn't have
have
gotten
my
live
entertainment
if I knew
curated
Smash
for
the
me by
Topic was
Streamer
gonna
Man.
go
with
live for
Tiny
10
Head.
minutes for that Palestinian march.
He
There was like
yells at me
2,000 people
sometimes
there.
when I feel
Fucking
like
massive.
I want him to change the channel. And I tell him, Streamer Man with Tiny Head, change the
Breeze,
channel. And then
Mandalorian
he yells at me.
was
And it
good
was fun
first
because,
and
like,
second
we technically
season were
did
very
change the
good.
channel
Oh,
for
it's
a
a
brief
show.
moment. The
No
channel
shit, I
turned
thought it was a
into
movie.
Streamer Man yells at me.
Okay.
And that's
Thank
how
you.
I do it.
What was it about? What was the premise? Anything good? You too, Paulette. Enjoy dinner. And
You would
likely
go out
catch
of
you
your
later
way
tonight.
to make fun of Star
No,
Wars.
I
But-
didn't. There's,
yes, you
streams.
did.
No, I didn't.
Yes,
I
you
only did it when it came out. And I saw a long line of people looking like they were going to enjoy themselves. And I did my comedy job was I made fun of them and I tried to make them feel stupid. I do that all the time. That is the job of a comedian.
So it had nothing to do with Star Wars.
I
but
made fun of Steve Jobs when he died and all the nerds that loved his little big shit that
I
he did on
remember that.
computers.
Yeah.
I made fun of it.
Yeah. So what you do is when you see people enjoying themselves or filled with any kind of glee,
Anticipation of a wonderful day.
what do you like to do? You like to take that away.
I
Wow,
come in my
Breeze,
X-Wing
that's
fighter to
interesting.
get into your world, and I
It's
take
not my
them out.
world.
Well,
I
you
don't watch
know,
that.
You
Look
seem
forward
like you
to
took
it,
it a little
Paulette.
personal.
I did not. I like the original Lost in Space. You know, that was my thing with Dr.
Oh, I
Smith.
loved it. He just couldn't. He couldn't hold his composure.
No.
Oh no! It's just like anything that was happening. But I loved when shit wasn't happening. He could sit in the calmness of being lost in space with the spaceship. Did the
Des is no
spaceship
shit,
work?
Barry.
I'm
Yeah, it worked, but
confusing.
they would go from planet
And
to planet.
Status
but they
Quo
were
I
lost.
had before, but he
But
went
I'm
down.
talking
Thank you
about
very
the
much,
Island
brother.
in space.
In the
Let me look into that.
1960s Lost in Space, they had this ridiculous character,
Des, I
Dr.
presume,
Smith.
would be on
Who
Twitch.
said, "You bubble-headed booby," and he would yell at the robot all the time. And every episode, he would take the kids and try to sell them to aliens so that they could be taken off to an inter.
Yes, dude, I know.
Oh,
Over the
shit.
course of fucking 11-hour
Oh,
broadcast,
hey, Cap,
sometimes
this
I
is
get
up,
up
too.
to put
So we
stuff
got a
down
multi,
and pick up
and we'll
the
have
Diet Coke.
Carissa Des as well.
And you are, unfortunately, stuck
Good
with
call,
the
B.
better streamer, Herman
Stand
Miller.
We'll have
Okay,
Carissa
it
Des
happens.
as well.
Don't do the fucking Amazon micromanager bullshit, dude. Did you pee? Did you pee,
And
dude?
Carissa
Are
Des
you allowed to pee?
streams out
What
of
the fuck? I
Portland,
pay you 2 cents an
so-
hour. What the fuck are you doing? Sorry. I pay you 0
Let me
cents
get
an
Head
hour
Kappas
because
here.
I don't even subscribe, which is fine. By the way, you don't have to. And yet, you had the audacity to
multi,
take time
and then
off
we'll get
task. I
streams.
will put this in the spreadsheet.
Intergalactic Zoo, the parents would foil it at the last second, literally try and take their children from him, and his punishment at the end would be like, "No blueberry pie for you, Dr.
Damn right.
Smith." and he'd go womp womp.
I have no idea what they're talking about. Just like, come on, Boomer man. Talk about something funny and relevant.
He tried to kill your children.
It was an abuse. He didn't. He tried to leave him behind.
Multi-screen
yeah,
comment
awful
about
guy.
10
No one's going to care
seconds.
about this part. Check it out. 60s Lost in Space. It's just
No, it's
New York
absolutely
City is
fascinating.
up. Okay.
It's an abusive relationship.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Right? He's lonely. He didn't have a partner out there.
Pro-am
No.
brotherhood.
His
that
partner was a
explains it.
robot.
So maybe he felt like if he got rid of some of the stuff that these
That's
people
Polish
loved,
American brotherhood.
that he had
Okay.
a
Bro, have some respect for your poor fans. I turned off Adblock for you.
All
Are
right.
you fucking
Oh
stupid?
shit! It's going down on Hey
Literally
Kappas.
turn it back on, dumbass. I don't want you to watch ads.
Stand by. I'm
What the
muting this
fuck?
dude right now.
What
Hang
a
on.
fucking dumbass, dude.
So this is Hey Kappas. Let me get volume from here and I'll back him off. Stand by.
What, you think I fucking need your, like, 1 cent support by watching the ad, dude? Oh, thanks, man. Bro, seriously, don't fucking put yourself
This is
through
only a
that shit.
Mr. Bill? Fuck out here. Oh, he donut.
Literally,
So this is gonna be
never
where we're
watch
going.
ads.
This is gonna be
If you have a way to
Polish
avoid them,
American, I believe.
absolutely do them.
Yeah.
Okay, absolutely use that.
Keep your eyes open
Stay on.
everywhere.
There was violence 2 or 3 days ago here between the Palestinians
I'm sorry.
just going at it. Polish American brotherhood. Hang on 1 second.
shot.
And I have status quo as well, but they're kind of just sitting.
For Dr.
Couple
Smith,
dozen
but not for anybody
college
else.
kids.
Yeah.
Let me hop on YouTube and grab.
Dr. Smith,
What is
child
this?
killer.
Polish American
Maybe you
brotherhood.
should think of it from his side.
Yeah, it's, you know, you're all over the map. You're all over the map. You know?
I don't
Hang
think.
on,
What is the
mute him.
39 Daft Tampax ad? 39 Daft wasn't a Tampax ad?
Do about 20 things.
Wait,
here.
is that for
Stand
real?
by.
What? What?
He's about to be muted. Alright.
What? Okay.
Here you go. And let me grab Polish American. We'll get this in full. Got it. Incoming ETA 15. Oh, they got some Hasidic Jews there too. Okay. Oh, Israelis are there too. We got some counter protesters in town. Stand by, get this out of your way. And we'll go full.
Your lip color's ugly.
Your lip color is ugly. What the kind of insult is that?
Me. Tara, you should dress like me. We have different
Your nails don't match your car color.
It's a hot day, so I get it.
We're all black. You trying
All
to die in
right.
this dude?
Good quality.
Can you troll
Got
me
this in
right now?
full.
Run after
Stand by.
me. Run
I can make a scene.
Oh yeah.
Let's make a scene. Run
That
after
1080p
me.
action.
Run
Get
after
you
me.
some volume and I'll back off of Hey Kappas.
I'm not a good runner, so.
Here is the real president. Tara, you need to come up in your troll though. Look, she's president. She's dealing with shit. Trump is not my president. There you go, Tara. Tara, you need to up your troll. Tara, you need to come up in your troll.
So I guess that's the chick they're talking smack to. Hang on, let's check Hey Kappas again.
No, she's paying me. She's paying me. Yeah, I'm the rich one.
She pays me an hour and then I pay her an hour.
How long have you been out here for?
We go back and forth. And then we
Oh snap, that's what's her name? Hey Barney.
Yeah, I just.
Yo, she was in DC. That's one crazy melon farmer right there, guys.
Usually around this time things tend to pick up.
Hey Barney, she's always looking to stir up stuff,
Messaged me
man.
earlier saying that the protest that was planned today here was canceled, but I've been like monitoring it, and then saw that things are picking up, and I'm like,
What's up with
okay.
her volume? Let me put this in my stream wall. See if we can get better volume.
So what is this group over here?
They're called the Jure Karka. They're basically like,
Do you mind if I get you to explain this on camera?
I don't know like every detail, but they're basically like far right. So this is how you see where the far right and far left meet in the middle.
Gotcha.
They're basically, they are Jewish. They say they're Orthodox and whatever. I mean, maybe to an extent, but they don't follow like the same stuff that they have like their own set of rules for different. They support. They give money to Iran. They support Israelis and Jews being killed and stuff. And yeah, basically like the same. That's
Stream walls up.
I actually met the grandson of the guy who started off. He was. We had a discussion, and I just gave up. I didn't bother.
Andrew Giuliani was doing a speech here earlier today.
That's when I decided to come.
Yeah.
Because I was thinking things might start picking up.
Yeah, there you go, Maddie and Courtney. That's who she... Oh, thank you for the name. That was really bothering me.
Like I was with the pro-Palestine group, like for like the entire night, pretty much.
Really? I dropped out when they were passing through.
James Corbett says, "What the hell is that?"
How long did they continue to march for?
Some courthouse or something. And they were waiting for people to be freed, and the people were freed.
Oh, like people that were arrested like earlier in the day? Gotcha.
They go right back out.
Released on their own recognizance.
It's not on
That's
mine.
New York for you.
I got one video that went like viral. So they were like
Times Square, by the way.
They're spitting on it, trying to attack some couple by a restaurant.
I saw that. That was,
Remember that?
yeah.
They were spitting on kids,
I think I saw like twice that they approached like diners, and then I saw the like the restaurant staff like jump in front of the diners.
Yeah, that was nice.
No, that's right.
I'm Orthodox Jew, so it's a good thing they didn't figure out I was an Orthodox Jew, because I probably would have ended up in the hospital or in a graveyard.
Goes to Beverly Hills too. Yeah. I've seen her in New York a couple times.
There goes your water!
As if it doesn't come from the sky for free. We're in forever now, too. Oh, no kidding. If she's live, oh my goodness, YouTube, Kareen Forever, y'all, I'm grabbing that now. We're getting her ass. Got her. Got it. Kappas is live as well. We'll ditch him for Kareem. Let's go to Barney. Dual screen incoming.
Sorry guys.
With that thing.
Is it still? Does it sound still like?
Yeah, so thank you. Alright. Only strip. Oh, she's trying to stir up just everything.
Yeah, that's crackhead Barney. She's the diaper girl.
Yep, they know her. You know her. You love her. Crackhead Barney, you know her.
She's basically a street performer agitator that protested houses.
Crackhead Barney's sound. Hang on one sec. Swap it out. But she's very vulgar, guys. Just a warning ahead of time.
Good, good. Water to presidential contender. If you run for president, you'll have security. You'll have full security if you run. If you run for president, you'll have full security. Everybody hates them because of this. Don't listen. Just laugh. Love. We love. 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 We love. I love you. Love. 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 It doesn't matter what religion I am. Love. You gotta love. 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 I'm from Beverly Hills. I get to use mine every day. You know that. One day I'm Christian. One day I'm Jewish. It doesn't matter. From Beverly Hills. Love. We love. Apologize. Don't throw water at women. She's really funny. Laugh. I love you. God bless you.
Oh, okay. Thank you.
Thank you. Cheers. Cheers. No violence ever.
Okay, they both speak similarly.
Is she okay? Where's Diana? Looks like they're heading out marching. Look at her press pass. She's got a real press pass. Love, 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 peace, peace, peace and love. Peace and love. Everyone has the right to believe in what they believe in. Oh man. Everyone has the right to believe in whatever they want to believe in. Everyone has the right to believe in whatever they believe in.
Big word. Yeah, I remember that. How could you
Peace and
forget?
love.
Get this one in full.
So it looks like the pro-Palestine group has left the tech square area, and then the pro-Israel group had followed, but then the police kind of blocked it off.
That street one went down. The other one. So we'll have full as well.
No violence.
I'm live streaming to YouTube right now.
What is it?
I'm live streaming to my channel on YouTube right now.
Oh, very nice.
Polish American Brotherhood.
Police
If
are
you have
down
any
here
questions
too.
about the Israeli side, I'll have
Police are really doing a good job to keep the
Sure.
peace, except I don't want to be told where I can walk all this time.
Also, like, what was in the sense of pro-Palestine side? Why they were Jewish on the Palestine side?
Right.
Let me just, I want my son to just video while you are there, so I'll
that'd be fantastic. So, I mean, this is the problem is that police need to go all the way down the street. Police need to go all the way down the street. Everyone has the right to believe whatever they want to believe. See in 100 states of America.
Sure.
Those from police line. Yes. They want to
Red pill. That flag was attached to a billy club. Wow. That's a clever trick.
Okay.
What? That'll come on.
Just tell me when you're ready.
I was with you.
No, that's where it's good, yeah.
So, can you explain to me, like, why everyone is out here today? The more puzzling sight that I saw, it looked like
I can't hear you.
That it looked like there were Jews that were on the side of the pro-Palestine side. Like, what group is that? What, people have to stand
So there's a group called Natura Carta. That group is very much anti-Israel in the sense that they don't believe there should be a Jewish state. They believe there should be a Jewish state only when the Messiah comes. And because the Messiah is not here, they are doing something outrageous that no other, it's like, they're self-hating in a sense. They're supporting terrorists who kill Jews and also their own people, the Palestinians. So they're actually supporting the Hamas, yes. Yeah, so the misconceptions, first of all, let's start with the term Palestinian. Palestinian is something that was invented in 1967.
I feel like this guy has
beforehand, before the creation of the modern state of Israel, which was in 1948, it was called Palestine. And that was the name of a place, not of a people. There was Jewish Palestinians, there was Christian Palestinians, Arab Palestinians. It was just the name of a place. And most of Israeli leaders actually were born in Palestine. They're Palestinians.
To eat, guys. Be right back with
the
you.
head of the Palestinian
See you in a sec.
organization, which is Yasser Arafat, he was born in Cairo, in Egypt. He's not Palestinians. We're not settlers. We're not occupiers. The state of Israel, the modern state of Israel, started in 1948, but actually the land of Israel has been given to the Jews in the Bible, and this is a known fact. And we have been there for thousands of years since King David. So this has been our little tiny speck on the map. It's the only Jewish state that exists. There are 27 Christian countries, 32 Muslim countries, but one Jewish state. And Hamas, in their charter, they're not even interested in borders. It's not about borders. It's basically about annihilating the Jewish people, and they say it straight out. They're not embarrassed to say it. It's in the charter. They say that they would like to kill every Jew and push them into the Mediterranean, from the river to the sea. That's their motto, and that's what they're going for. It has never been about borders. Israel has been given concession after concession. They left the Gaza Strip one-sided, and it turned into a terror state. And it's very simple. People think that the Arab-Israeli conflict is very complex. It's not. I'll tell you in one sentence, all right? If tomorrow all the Arabs or the Palestinians or the Hamas would put down their arms, their weapons, there will be peace. If Israel would do that, there would be bloodshed. That is the conclusion of the Arab-Israeli conflict.
The channel's Polish American Brotherhood, so we're live right now.
Oh, great.
Polish American Brotherhood.
Awesome. You guys are awesome. And you're awesome.
Thank you.
1948, the United Nations, that means USA, the British, and basically the French too, they fought the creation of Israel. Then in then later on broke out a war. Do you know that already? And that war, England, the United States, and France held Israel to defeat the the Arab people in 19 when the war broke out with Israel. But I believe that you can live together. 5 seconds. You can live together if you want to. Otherwise,
clap it up, clap it up.
Okay. 3 minutes. Let's go.
Okay, we're gonna start here. The Jews have been living in Israel for over 3,000 years. If you go into the state of Israel and you dig up the land, you'll find artifacts from the Jews living there, whether it would be coins or it would be artifacts from things that they use or the menorahs that they use on Hanukkah. You will find, and the scrolls in the Dead Sea, the scrolls with Hebrew letters on it, you could find that when you dig up the ground in Israel. That's the first thing. The second thing is the modern state of Israel was founded in 1948. It was founded in 1948. 2,000 years before that, the Jews were exiled out of Israel by the Romans. And what happened was they moved all over the Middle East, and they eventually ended up in Europe. And you have two sects of Judaism. You have Ashkenazi Jews, and you have the Sephardic Jews. In 1948, the modern state of Israel was created, and Jews from all the Muslim countries were forced out of their homes. You want to talk about ethnic cleansing? They were forced out of their homes. They weren't able to bring anything with them. They left with the clothing on their back, and they moved to Israel. And the Jews that came out of the Holocaust, the Ashkenazi Jews, a lot of them moved to the U.S., and then a lot of them moved to South America. A lot of them moved to South Africa. A lot of them moved to Australia. Some moved to Asia, and the rest moved to Israel. Now you say that the Palestinians lived in Israel before the state, but if we look at what happened before the state was created, it was under the British control, and before the British control, it was under the Ottomans. So when you say there was a Palestinian state, when was the Palestinian state created? Who was their president? What year was it founded? I don't know if you know, but the word Palestinian is a Roman term that the Romans gave when the Jews were kicked out. It's a Roman term, okay? Palestine. So when people say that, oh, it's Palestine, what Palestine? When was it founded? They only came after the Jews decided to come back to their homeland after being brutalized in different parts of the world, whether it be genocide in the Spanish Inquisition, whether it be pogroms in Russia, whether it be them being brutalized throughout the Middle East, and then the Holocaust happened, and that was the final point where Jews realized that they have to come back to their homeland, because we have been a nation of despair, and we never, for 2,000 years we didn't have a homeland. We were a nation where we traveled from place to place, and we finally came back to where we were from, which is Israel. If you look at the Bible, I mean, you're gonna have to turn the Bible around if you're saying that the land of Israel doesn't belong to the Jews, because it clearly states Judea and Samaria. King David was the king of Jerusalem 1,000 years ago, or 1,500 years ago, and then King Solomon, and Palestine was something that was only created once Israel decided to come back and reclaim their land. And if you realize the Palestinians are not even Palestinian, they're Jordanian, because the West Bank and that side of Israel was actually controlled by Jordan pre-1948. And actually, I forget that, 1967, before Israel was invaded by 6 Arab countries, and Israel decided...
Go! 2 minutes. Okay. You see? Don't mention Bible. If you mention the Bible, you see, if you mention the Bible, in the Roman Empire, the Palestinian and you people were obliterated by the Roman Empire. That doesn't mean that you were there in 1947, the only people that lived there together with you, you were there together with no problem. In 1947, you didn't have any problem. The problem started when the United Nations, by force, decide to create half of the land and give it to you. So you can say that the Bible is written on the Bible. That's nonsense. There's no Bible. The Bible was created by you people. Don't talk about the Bible. You see, you gotta talk about the reality. The reality is that the Roman Empire occupied the whole Europe and part of Asia. So they don't care about people. So they don't care. But in 1947, 1948, the British, the French, and the America create Israel, the mother Israel, by force, by force. That means that the only people living there at that time was the Palestinian, not the Israeli. The Palestinian, my friend. But if you want to live in peace, you could live with the Palestinians.
15 seconds.
The problem is the part of the Palestinian, you occupy the part of that belongs to the Palestinian. You see what happened during the war? 5,000 missiles the Palestinians throw to Tel Aviv. That means that you gotta think carefully because each day they get.
Okay, we're gonna start. We're gonna start with this. In 1929, this is 19 years before the state of Israel was created. There was a massive pogrom in the city of Hebron, which is in the West Bank, where our forefathers are buried. And 70 Jews were murdered, brutally murdered. The women were raped, the children were butchered, and the husbands were also killed viciously. You can look this up on Wikipedia. It was a very known pogrom that happened. This is 19 years before the state of Israel was created. So for you to tell me that there was no problem with the Jews in the state of Israel before the war is just a straight up lie. That's not true. That's not true. That's not true. Now you're talking about 5,000 missiles being launched at Israel. Let me tell you something. In 2006. The Israelis, they forcibly kicked out 10,000 Jews that were living, it's called Gush Katif, in that area of Israel. They were forcibly removed from their homes in the pursuit of peace. Forcibly removed. And what happened on day one? They started firing rockets at Israel. So you know what Israel said? We have to make a blockade on Gaza because they're firing missiles at us and they're coming through tunnels and they're killing innocent civilians and they're coming in with suicide vests. So for you to say that we have to think carefully about what happens in Gaza. Gaza is run by a terrorist organization that's recognized by the European governments, by America, by Canada, by Australia. So you're dealing with a government that not only in their charter calls for the extermination of Jews in Israel, but also calls for the killing of Jews worldwide. You can watch a video on YouTube where they teach their children and their kids how to kill Jews. Okay, how to kill Jews, and not just Jews in Israel. They're referring to Jews all around the world. This is not an Israeli problem. This is a Jewish problem. And the last thing, Zionism. The meaning of Zionism is the determination that the Jews have a right to self-determine where they're from, which is Israel. So you can't. There's no difference between Zionism. If you're anti-Zionism, you're an anti-Semite. That's just a cover. That's just a cover.
Look. You gotta think twice now. You see, the Palestinians every day get more sophisticated. That means that you better live in peace with them. Otherwise,
30 seconds.
It will be impossible for the state of Israel to stay there. You see, it's 5,000 missiles. That means that every second in Tel Aviv, you got to be hiding. And you got to think twice if you want to live like that for the rest of your life. You see, it's better to have two states than to live and work forever. That means that next time, they're going to throw not 5,000 missiles, they're going to throw 10,000, 40,000 missiles.
Okay, I'm gonna leave it with this. There's only one democracy in the Middle East. One democracy. Tell me another democracy. Tell me another country in the Middle East where there's no human rights, they don't have LGBTQ rights, they don't have women rights. Tell me one other country that has those rights besides for Israel. Another thing. I live in Israel. I go to school in Israel. I have Arabs in my classes that love Israel and rather live under Israeli control than live under the Palestinian control or Hamas's rule. Hamas, they don't care about their people, nor do they care about anybody else. When this war just happened, there was a rocket that struck a city called Lud in Israel and it killed a Palestinian father and his 16-year-old daughter. So for you to tell me that these people want peace with us is nonsense. Nonsense. It's a the problem is the government. Their government on their side, they don't want peace. There's a lot of people that do want peace, but it's the government at the end of the day that runs their people, and the lies that they teach their kids from when they're born is the biggest problem.
See, that's what it's about right there. Public communication and discourse. Having an educated conversation.
All right, now go away. I don't want to talk anymore.
Thank you.
Awesome job. Awesome job. Go ahead.
Reached.
That was amazing. These are more the type of conversations that we need to be having for people to bridge understanding.
There you go, girl. She knows it.
You want to talk? Sit down. You want to show off, or you want to sit down and talk?
Anybody else want to talk?
That was amazing, guys. I'll definitely make that debate onto its own clip to upload.
Whenever they come.
Well, the reason I said that these type of conversations are necessary to bridge understanding is these people are also operating on different information and different levels. And so when we understand what information people have, we can also identify, like, we see that as a divide between conservatives and liberals, like even here in the U.S., because we're fed different information by the media. Some, depending on the news sources you watch and the information you're exposed to is going to be forming your opinion.
How you doing?
Hey!
Look to freedom. How you doing?
So nice to meet you. Did you catch that debate?
Yeah, I just saw it. I don't think I caught a lot of audio on my phone, but I'll see it on your channel.
Yeah, absolutely.
How it going?
Okay, looks like we're gearing up for the next debate. So we have a Israeli
right,
representative,
Sal.
and we're
That's
waiting
what
for a
it's about.
Palestinian representative to continue on with the debates.
Both sides sitting down, having a conversation. And that's it, man. Yo, check that music, though. Sorry, guys. Gonna have to go in and out for a sec. I'm sure I've already gotten popped like 5 times during the stream.
Can I interview you?
Yeah, sure.
So what brings you out here today, and how do you feel about the current situation?
I come out here today to support Israel. What I feel about the current situation in Israel is it's a very violent situation that really doesn't have to be like that. If there's a way, of course there's a way to make peace, but one person says that Hamas is trying to make a peace deal, but then they shoot 1 million rockets at Israel. What is Israel supposed to do about this? Of course they're not just meant to make peace and get away with it, because if you do that, then it shows weakness. And if you do weakness, then guess what happens? They're going to not stop. So I think it's very important to come out here, and I have respect for everyone who comes out here. But in the end, you have to think about the facts, and the facts are thousands of years before 1948, the Jews were in Israel. Just because the British took over, were in America before America came in there, does that mean the British are still in charge of America? No. The exact same thing with Israel.
Nice analogy.
The Jews were back there thousands of years ago. It's still their state then, still their state now.
Thank you.
I don't know how long it's going to take, man, but it will happen. It will happen. It's never been fast to these kind of things, you know? Why? You start the war now. It's you that stopped it. The Palestinians didn't start the war. You know why? Because Israel leaves. And when you have thrown 5,000...
Jan Kennedy. Is she still around? Where the hell did she go?
Sit down. Sit down. Let's continue this conversation. You're already taking up all the goddamn space. Just sit down.
Yeah, but why would he want to waste his brother's breath? He doesn't know anything.
Wait. Do you promise me after this you will go somewhere far away?
He knows nothing.
After you finish, you will walk away, right? So I can do it with new people? Because you take up all this space. So, hold on. All right, it's 3 minutes. No, this is my space. This is my space, bro. You don't get to decide what the rules are. I'm deciding for you. Participation trophy on that side. This is the rules. I'm not here for him. I'm not here for you. I'm here for this. If you want to talk to him, go over there. Go that way then. If you want to talk to him, you sit down. Okay. All right, listen, these are rules. Papi, you got 3 minutes, then 2 minutes, then 1 minute, and you leave. No fighting. Are you listening? Yeah. No fighting. No arguing. You talk to me. You make your point to me. Are you ready? Since you went already, you start. Wait. You don't have to say your name, but you have to say you don't have to say anything. Just say what you want to say.
Who is this guy? Who are you?
I'm Ace Burns.
Why are you in charge?
I set this up.
Okay.
3 minutes.
All right, so the truth is I don't really need 3 minutes. I need 20 seconds. It's very simple. The Arab-Israeli conflict can be summed up very easily. If tomorrow the Hamas puts down their arms and weapons, there will be peace. If tomorrow Israel puts down the weapons, there will be bloodshed. That is the Arab-Israeli conflict. That's it. We want peace. We always wanted peace. We have lived in that region for 3,000 years since the time of King David. Do I need to continue? I mean, it's up to you. I think it's very simple.
There we go.
You know, let's talk about Palestine. All right, so Palestine is a place. It's been a place. It was called Palestine.
I like this table. I like that.
It's called Palestine. It's a place. It's a place where people live. There was Jewish Palestinians.
Fred, good to see you, my brother.
It was called the Palestinian Post prior to 1948. There's Jewish Palestinians, there's Christian Palestinians, there's Arab Palestinians. The Palestinians that you see today is something that actually came about in 1967, 2 decades after the state of Israel.
That chick to the left there. I was getting this shot here.
If you think about who are the real Palestinians, let's think of Palestinian leaders who were born in Palestine. Who are Palestinian leaders who were born in Palestine? Yitzhak Rabin, he was born in Palestine. Ehud Olmert, he was born in Palestine. Ehud Barak, he was born in Palestine. There's so many Israeli leaders that have been born in Palestine. Let's talk about the biggest Palestinian leader, Yasser Arafat. Where was he born? He was born in Cairo, Egypt. Not in Palestine. He's not Palestinian. We are Palestinians. We lived there before 1948. And not just before 1948, but 3,000 years back. So the problem is that the Hamas charter makes it. The problem is that the Hamas charter makes it very clear. If you read the Hamas charter, it says it all. It's not about borders. It has nothing to do with borders. It has to do about our existence. They don't want us to live. That's it. It's the bottom line. They say it. If you read the Hamas charter, it says that they want to kill the Jews from the river to the sea, push all the Jews into the Mediterranean. And that's where the problem lies. That's why there's nobody to talk to on the other side. We gave every concession possible. We gave them a state.
30 seconds.
Gaza. right?
Oh, they got a timer.
And what happened?
That's
They
clever.
could have built with the money, the billions of dollars that they got, they could have built another Dubai. But no, they built tunnels underground and they built a terror state. That's the problem. And that's what's there.
15 seconds.
That's it.
Yeah, Fred. Yep. There's been nice dialogue here at this table.
Before 1947, the state of Israel was created by the United Nations. Basically by the United States, British, and the French.
Stand by. We still got action. Just swap it up. Get your volume and the other one. Hang on.
And a state for the Jews in Argentina. In Argentina, they want to send you the British. So Ben Gurion, that was your leader at that time, Ben Gurion, said, no, we don't want a state in South America. We want a state in the Middle East. So the British, basically, the British Empire decide that they're going to impose two states in there, in Palestine. And then they created, basically by force. They did it by force. So they created a two state, then brought out the war that you know, that was won not by Israel. The war was won by the United States, the British, and the French, that were the people behind the operation. It wasn't the Israel that won the war. It was the British, the American, and the French that did it. So you have to think twice today, because every day, everything gets sophisticated. That means, my friend, we can be like that. You see, that means that you got to think twice, and you got to go in the table and say, we want two states. Because if you don't do that, every day, the state of Israel will be in serious problem. You see, Iran got very sophisticated creating missiles, very sophisticated. That's why you got, in less than 2 weeks, 5,000 missiles to Israel. Israel live on tourists. That means, if I'm a tourist in Tel Aviv, I don't come back to Israel in 100 years because I don't want to die. That's the problem. See, you got to think twice now, and you got to sit in the table.
And Mussolini's
whatever
black shirts
represent the Palestinians and make peace. And make peace. Otherwise, the system of the Israel as a state will be in serious problem. No, my friend, you gotta come down to the table and.
Time. Wait, no, this is not fair. This is not fair.
Okay, it's very simple. You need to look at facts. You need to look at facts. The facts is that Palestine, as you know it, Palestinians, is something that only came about in 1967. Before then, there was no Palestinians. There was Arab refugees who lived there, all right? And then they actually left in 1948 because the Jordanians told them to leave, so they left. And during that time, the British mandate, as you brought up, not only Israel received its borders at that time, not only Israel, but every other country, the Iraq borders, the Iran borders, the Saudi borders, the Jordanians, the Syria, the Lebanon, they all received the borders back then. And if you look throughout history, you see that the fact is that Israel has always been the one homeland of the Jewish people. There's 27 Christian countries. There's 32 Muslim countries. There's one Jewish state, one. That's our only state in the world, and that's where we live. All right? So for refugees from 1967 that were displaced, you know how many refugees have been displaced? 200, 300 million. But refugees is not something that you have grandchildren, great-grandchildren, third, fourth, fifth generations. These Palestinians can live like human beings. They can live like Israelis in the sense, if their government, if the Hamas takes their money and builds schools and builds hospitals and builds a structure for society instead of building terror. And that is the issue that we're dealing with. And no other country has to defend itself like Israel does. If there was 3,000 missiles raining down from Mexico, Mexico right now would be leveled. They wouldn't talk about Israel is the only army that with precisions because they don't want to hit civilians. Every rocket is 2 war crimes. 2. 1, because they send it out of civilian population, they send it out of hospitals, of nurseries, of old age homes, of where children and heavy population is, and it's to target civilian population. And that's why we cannot sit down with terrorists who want to kill you. The minute they accept the existence of Israel, there's somebody to talk about. But we do not exist.
Deserves that right. You know, every human. Agreed. Well put.
This is not a problem of Israel or Palestinian. It's the problem of creating 2 states that could live together in peace. See, if you start, we don't deal with Hamas, we don't deal with this, we don't deal with that, we don't deal with that. It's no negotiation. You got to deal with your enemy. Hamas is the power in Palestine, and you got to deal with Hamas. This is the power. You see, my friend, hold a second. You see, you got to deal with the real power in the Palestinian. The real power is Hamas. It's not the guy that you got there, Abba or whatever. It's Hamas, the power. So you got to deal with the power. Hamas throw 5,000 missiles to Israel and stop the business all over Israel. So you got to think twice. We want peace. We need to talk to Hamas. Look, guys, we're going to talk.
How do you rationalize with an irrational person is the question.
To this part, we're going to blow it out. Your nation. If you got to talk clearly. Yeah.
That's my point.
You see, you got to talk always. You got to talk with your enemy. If you want to talk with your friend, it's no problem. You got to talk with the people that got the power. The power is Hamas. You got to talk with them in order to reach an agreement. Otherwise,
oh my God! Look at every ceasefire
right now,
Israel and who violated it first.
Because Israel exhausted the missile. They didn't have any missile to throw. That's why they stopped the war. Hamas got like 20,000 missiles.
Oh yeah.
More. See, you gotta talk with the people that have real power. It's Hamas. These are the people that you gotta talk and
they're a minority in a sect of power in the region.
It's very simple. If the conflict was about borders, then we could sit down and talk. But that's not the conflict. If one side wants the other side dead, then who are you talking to? They don't want us to live. Do you understand the concept? You can't talk with somebody who doesn't want you to live. I don't want you to live. It's like sitting down in 1939 with Nazis, with Adolf Hitler, and saying, oh, we'll give you more land. The Jews will do this for you. It doesn't matter. They want you dead. It's very clear. They say it in the charter straight out. There's nothing to talk about. We have made every single concession 6 times. And every time we made a concession, gave back the Sinai Desert, gave back parts of the West Bank, gave back Gaza. One-sided. And what happened? We wanted peace. But what happened? War, terror, more terror. And the only way to deal with terror is to wipe it out. And that's what we're going to do.
You see? We go back to the main thing. You gotta talk to your real enemy.
It's
your
over
real
his
enemy
head, man.
is Hamas.
It's over
and
his
Hamas got the power in Palestine. So you gotta talk to them to reach an agreement. You see, you say that they want
to have a genuine conversation.
to
Amen.
get rid of
a
state of Israel. But the Palestinians say exactly the same about Israel. My friend, I know history more than you.
Exactly, John.
You see, this guy had never went to a school, so he's talking about. You see, you gotta talk with the real power. The real power are the Palestinians. So you gotta talk with them in order to reach an agreement. It's the Palestinian.
Time. Thank you so much.
No, it's 30 seconds. 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 One last thing. Okay, one last thing. Okay, 30 seconds. 30 seconds. We are not at war. We are not at war with the Palestinian people. We know is at war with the Palestinian people? Hamas.
Take your microphone and go over there. Come up.
I don't want the microphone.
It was cool of him to set up this table.
Hamas is at war with the Palestinian people. Hamas, why?
Oh, she shut off the mic. No! Stand by, I'll get you audio from the other stream. And we're off. Hang on one sec. Audio in 3 seconds. Yeah, she's holding the mic. She doesn't realize it's off. I got the volume up. But I was just going to say, after that exchange... Oh!
There's a difference. You know, we will have peace when they love their children. You know, we will have peace when they hate us. That's the day we will have peace. More than they hate us. That's the day we will have peace.
You see, Islam is me, you would give me some space. Okay.
I was just going to say, after that last exchange, I'm going to wrap it up. Most likely we'll be back later tonight, but Cameron, Belinda, Press, Janet, Mr. McCoy, it's my pleasure to be with you guys, as always.
There's no peace. We Hamas, if they want peace, they have to sit down. We Hamas, the real power. If you got enemy, you got to talk with your enemies, not with your friends. If you got enemies, Israel, they want to talk with people, with your friends. That's the whole Israel. They want to talk with people. It's not like that. You got to support the Israel people that got the power. It's not like that. Hamas got the power. The real people that got the power. And Hamas got the power. You got to talk to them in order to reach an agreement.
Fred, they at least shook hands and let it go now. Exactly, brother. Exactly. Shake hands and walk away, man. But you know what? That's more than what we've seen at any other protest or...
I agree, I'm all about conversation. You guys will always hear me say that there has to be more. I agree, I'm all about conversation. You guys will always hear me say that there has to be more communication between sides. But also, reality in this situation is your enemies that are trying to kill you. People, so your enemies that do have the right to defend yourself. And I don't have the solution as to how you can outreach and have those effective communications. I thought today,
good to cross paths,
debate on the ground level with regular people, I think that's effective, and we need to have more of that.
Amen,
to
Belinda.
Stop hating each other. But the real issue is like Hamas, and the reality is Hamas launched over 4,000 missiles into
4,000
like Tel Aviv and Jerusalem over the past like 2 weeks.
Look at those shades, woman. Swollen. Sorry on that audio. Those are fly, bro. Blocking those UVs. Oh, Mohawk means business. Look out.
You gotta hook up to both of these?
Yep, so have your records to the SD card in here. I'll have a hard copy. You know, like live streaming, sometimes it will cut in and out.
Like a hotspot on your phone?
Live view. So it's got 3 different modems that are putting it together. HDMI cord, live streams it out from SDL.
Oh God, is that crackhead Barney? Or what's her name? Oh my God, no.
No. What is this called?
Live view solo.
Live view solo. Okay, cool. I gotta check it out.
That's best for like live streaming because I used to go off my phone all the time. But you know that always drops when there's so many people.
Good job. Keep it up. We're gonna get to peace because of people like you. Good job, Blue Lives. Good job.
That was good debate. That was
That's
good
what y'all
conversation.
want, right? Silence everything.
Earlier they had the setup and they had a Palestinian side and an Israeli side, and they were going back and forth in debate. So there's there's some good conversations that were there. But I think that's like when you have those type of conversations, you can understand the facts that everyone is operating off of.
Yeah. That music. With that being said, Red Pill, good to catch you, brother.
And then sometimes like when people have the same information.
Free Narnia, brah. Unicorns for all. Swollen, Janet, Sally. Sally says, love how they could talk and not agree but be respectful. Exactly. It's all about disagreeing respectfully. Agreeing to disagree respectfully. That's it. They're all human beings. They're all the same color. Or bleed the same color. You know, from the inside.
She's live streaming.
One film person to another film person are exchanging information about videography.
You're not a Zionist, are you?
No,
she's not.
she is.
No, she's not.
I'm from
Let it go at the table. Yep, Fred.
Her best friend's a Palestinian.
Hey, babe, you have
Hey, man.
follow me on Instagram. Crackhead Barney and friends.
You couldn't tell she's crazy.
Oh.
That is Crackhead Barney. I knew it. I freaking knew it.
I'm proud Trump supporter.
You're a proud Trump supporter? Oh,
She ain't gonna like that. Oh, God. Guys, Janet,
Danish Trump as Smith.
I'm good.
I'm Danish
Oh,
Trump
my
as
God. Look at it.
Nice meeting. You're nice. I like you.
Sorry, I thought I saw a bug on the ground.
Yeah. He was defending me when the guy threw water on me.
Oh, really?
Yeah, that's not cool. Steven Tara was defending. He called me a dumbass.
Well,
people can disagree
I got
and argue, but
upset
not talking
because I saw the
about
police coming over. I was trying to make sure
Yeah,
she didn't
they
get
were trying to
arrested.
arrest you.
And I said, Barney, I think they're about to arrest you. And you said, no. And you kept arguing.
Fred, that's what I'm saying.
You saw that shit.
I got upset.
It looks like it has boils or welts. I don't know.
The other day over the Freedom Rally, I heard somebody tell you
Yo,
guys
see
something not public space.
Red Pill.
You have a right to be whatever the fuck you want.
Yeah.
I always say that.
She's not like Danny Preston. You see Danny Preston, Max Public House? He was trying to attack
And
me.
I told them.
That's why I bought a taser.
Oh my God.
And I even said you should
Well, I
troll
brought a
BLM.
taser. You want to see my taser?
That's what I said. I said,
Kathy Berg, I see the same. You and I got the same view. Or same glasses.
But don't
Goodness
try to
grief.
get people arrested. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
If you're-
Tara, I
if
didn't
you're-
like that.
No, but I'm saying.
Actually, honestly, Bernie, they gave me the option to
Oh,
press charges against you,
mosquito
and I said
bites
no.
from last.
Oh, really? But I didn't touch
Wow.
you.
Those murder hornets, Fred?
Stalking charges against
Damn
other guys
things.
that did.
Gotta look out for
They
those
gave me the
fuckers.
option with you, and I said no.
Oh, really? Oh, okay.
Like when we go to shit, when we antagonize people at shit, we're not gonna call the cops on.
Yeah, well, yeah, I won't
don't
call
You know what I
the
mean?
cops. Oh, okay.
I know.
I did.
Yeah, Red Pill.
I know, but you like.
There was a mob coming after me. I was trying to run the fuck away.
But you talk about, oh, I'll just get them arrested or charged.
Yeah, I was mad.
No, that was like,
.177 cal.
touch you. Like even with the taser to defend yourself, if anybody comes and touches you, nobody ever has the right to touch you. You can say whatever you want. That's all I'm saying.
No, I said, I was like, if you're not about
Like,
shit, I was like, Tara.
Barney fucks with people all the time, but she
And
never
didn't I say
touches
Tara
people.
should be trolling more BLM and shit?
I don't know if you
I
said
said that. I was like, yo, if you're not about shit,
Well, I don't-
troll them.
Exactly,
But don't
Fred.
get, you know, whatever. But
Well,
I'm
don't
just
get
saying
hurt,
'cause
don't get hurt.
Yeah,
Don't
I
live in
troll
harm.
Vodka.
As long as people don't touch me, I'm good.
Yeah, people are
For me to
emotional.
yeah.
So like, of course, when you're out there and like they know that you're
You know, there's a quote
right wing and shit.
from Field of Dreams, I believe it was, with Kevin Costner.
Like,
Because that comes to
James
me
Earl
bad.
Jones.
I mean, like,
So you decided not to.
Peace,
not to-
love,
not to
dope.
pursue charges.
Now
Okay.
get the
Tara's
fuck out.
fire. I don't trust
You don't trust-
okay.
Well, you did burn a Black Lives Matter flag. That's pretty fucked up.
Because you understand my position when it comes to that. It's the organization has nothing to do about Black Lives People and the movement. It's an organization that is
People
what
see
it's
it as
doing.
it's about Black lives. Like, you know what I
But
mean?
then
Like,
also,
that's
we're
real.
not even in the
what we have to
BLM organizational chapter. Some people are like, we're not in that like headquarters. We're not in the corporate
But
BLM.
you know what the national organization did to the New York leaders here? Because they asked for an audit of her finances when she bought all of those houses. She turned around and sued the national or the state leader for New York. That's wrong.
Like, we're not with them.
Yeah, no, we're not with them. No,
We're not with them.
That's what I'm saying. Like, that's what I'm trying to raise awareness about is the actual organization. Because I'm very anti like government being involved in lives and everything like that.
Black Lives Matter is like not like a centralized organization. It's not like there's like a Black Lives Matter organization out there telling people.
Nobody has the right to own those words, and then because the national
But
organization
you
has been
think
trying
that
to.
Black Lives Matter is like a Marxist thing?
The
and
organization
that's
itself, the
what she
national
says,
board,
yeah.
the national board itself is a Marxist organization. Their mission
Yeah.
statement outlines exactly
Black
what
Lives
they're trying
Matter
to
is
do.
not like a self-proclaimed Marxist movement. You know what I mean?
The leaders are self-proclaimed Marxists. They've come out
Well, a
and
lot of
said
them are
it.
because they're leftists. Well, it's a Venn diagram. It's like not all of them are Marxist.
You know, it's not one under the other. It's all the way.
Yeah.
But what I'm saying is when I burn a Black Lives Matter flag, it's not about people.
She articulates herself well.
Abolitionism, like abolishing the police, is inherently connected to like things like wealth and private property, right? And that's why like a lot of them are anti-capitalist, right?
So that's why it's about a class struggle in a sense. Like they're trying to abolish the borders between classes.
Yeah, but when you burn a Black Lives Matter flag, like what people see is like,
yo, Nate,
something that looks racist.
That's why it's like in order to understand the full context of like my beliefs and who I am, you have to see the
I love
entire
your
evolution of the channel, as opposed to that one moment in time. But yeah, no, I understand, I get it, and I accept that. It is what it is
Always
in
a pleasure,
that
my
situation.
well.
But I'm explaining to you now that we have this opportunity to talk. It's not about
good to be
like
with you.
black people or the
It's a
movement.
Venn diagram in
Because
quotes.
like there's. In terms of like police reform, I am totally on board with like improvements that need to be done. Nobody has the right, like what happened to like George Floyd, like that should not be happening. One instance is more than enough, and there's always opportunities for like improving that situation. We should be progressing towards a more perfect, like life. We should be progressing towards a more perfect life as a society. And but with that, it's like I'm very much against like nobody has the right to ever hurt another person.
Me too, brother.
Never what?
Nobody has the right to ever hurt another person. That's like
I
at the
agree.
core.
Yeah, I agree.
And I think everybody agrees on that. So.
Yeah, I mean we could talk more too. But,
I think we will.
But yeah, no, like Stonewall, for instance, you show up there, and that's an abolitionist protest.
Stonewall.
Like they believe in the abolition of the police,
Thursday,
right?
and I give them
before I was even streaming, I was doing all of the protests. I just didn't have the ability to live stream because I didn't have the viewers, but I've always been around. Just people just kind of noticed me afterwards.
Yeah, but those are like people who like last year they were brutalized by the police over and over again in the streets, like you know, and you might think they're marching for one thing, but like in their heads, like they are marching for Black lives, right? So just like keep that in mind when you're, and I'm sure you are. Yeah, I'm sure you're thinking about it all.
Yeah,
there's plenty to be thinking about.
I'll leave you alone in a second, but it was good to talk to you. Yeah. I'm
I'll talk to you later, okay?
Yeah, no. And check. It looks like Sonic the Hedgehog and a leopard made love and birthed that.
Alright guys, actually I think I'm going to go ahead and end the live stream. The protest is
Perfect timing, girl.
pretty much like died down. I'll walk around a little bit.
Nate, I hope to catch you later, brother.
I thought it was absolutely fantastic.
Is that a
that
cheetah?
we were able to capture some of those debates. I would have liked to see more of those.
Oh my God.
It's good to hear all those grand conversations and different opinions are coming around. So.
Nah.
All right, let's take another look around to see if anything else is going on.
Pretty girl. There you go. Get that shot in Times Square, girls. There you go. Get that selfie, my guy. Forever 21 in the background. Seriously, Nate's one-liners cracked me the hell up, man. But, matter of fact, Nate, this is for you. Give you some applause, too. Off top. For Nate's one-liners. To make the world go round. Oh, yeah, agreed, Nate. Call it our spidey senses, but yeah, they'll linearly pick up. Yeah. And now you're seeing more and more of them calling out government. You know, saying the left, the right, they don't care about you. F both of them. You know, that whole vibe domestically.
William, I think that's a great idea to set up a
But if
table
and when this picks up abroad, this will definitely spark that as well. Because you know, no good protest never to piggyback off of. But I concur. I just sincerely hope that there aren't any this summer. Because we don't consent or condone any form of violence on this channel. outside as per rules of engagement in self-defense. Oh, we got the NYPD here in the house, okay? Did you know it used to be against hiring requirements for them to hire someone with tattoos? Now, everywhere you look, whether it be the sheriff's department, local PDs, whatever, state troopers, they got sleeves and everything. But back in the day, you could not get hired if it was visible below the sleeve. Kathy Berg spotted a man purse. Somebody spotted a flag on a billy pole before. I thought that was a clever design. Yo, man. You fucking with the dude in the top hat? Buddy in a yarmulke comes into defense. Yo, look at this going tit for tat. Onyx, I want her autograph because she would be a trip to me. Yeah. Hey, did you hear the leader of Hamas, the Sun, said that Hamas is a terrible organization and he hates them? That he's all for them being silenced. No shit. Was it because 3,000 of their rockets failed? Is that why? Or because he sincerely feels that way? That's interesting. I didn't know that name. Interesting. Sarge there on the left with the stripes. Sorry, right. And the white shirts are the lieutenants. You'll see, like, for every 10 regular blue shirt NYPDs, there'll be one white shirt. They're a supervisor. Yeah. No kidding. That's really cool, Nate. Thank you for that info. I didn't know that. Kathy Bird. Oh, he's got his invisibility cloak on. Oh, you're shy? There you go. Super on call. Damn. Brutus in the house right here. Look at that. Damn. He has quadriceps for biceps, guys. Guy is a monster. Let's see you try to get through that guy. Stonewall Jackson right there. Yo, that is a big dude. Nate. Huge. Stand by, Onyx. Goodness. I figured, I said before Minneapolis would be up. Mercado just went live with their BLM and standing in solidarity. However, they're mixing Palestine in with it, Onyx. They're doing a George Floyd inaugural remembrance march. It's the 1-year anniversary. Sharpton was here in New York City earlier with the Floyd family, naturally bringing calm to that situation, as per usual. Mercado up. Stand by, let me bring up Minneapolis. Do you guys remember when Mercado was just a little guy? Very quiet, timid. Throw this on stream real quick. Minneapolis is on the march. They got some numbers too. Incoming. Heading to Minneapolis. About ETA 3 seconds, 5 seconds on that. As soon as it comes up, we'll head there. We're up. As promised. Incoming. We got Minneapolis in the hezbollah. Yeah, they got some damn numbers there, eh? That shit. Alright, let's get some volume. I'll get this in full. Right now, you guys are special. I am streaming strictly to YouTube. Robin, good to see you. We had some nice exchanges here in New York City. Palestinian as well as Israelis sat down together. Currently, this is Minneapolis, Minnesota.
Yeah, media is crazy here again. It's just like it was last year.
Let's get you some volume. Damn, they got a tank up there? What the hell is
that? Share the stream, guys. React to it. Let's get a reaction train going.
Reaction
train. Comment below how long you've been watching this media platform. We're coming up on the 1 year of when we started doing this too.
Oh, it's a truck. Okay. PAs. Yo, funniest thing I've ever seen out of Minneapolis, alright, was the orange fishing life jacket that was spray painted black to look like a bullet-resistant vest. My goodness. Talk about ingenuity. Get you better quality. Till a 5-mile-per-hour car tries to go through a street lawfully. Uninfringed traveling for goods and services
Vancouver, Canada,
or
whatever.
ever. Then we say, call the police, smack, jumping on hoods.
There's only a few hundred in this group, guys.
But so long as it's peaceful,
maybe 300, 400, 500 max.
They're good people.
There was a protest yesterday. It was larger.
That's right, Legion.
Protest size comparison.
East Gun, good to see you, brother. got some numbers though, y'all.
If George don't get it, if George don't get it,
what's he getting exactly?
if George don't get it, if George don't get it, if George
That's
don't
it.
get it,
That's it,
if
Legion.
George don't get it, if George don't get it, if George
There you can comment, follow, exclamation mark, follow it. It'll tell you how many days you follow. It's gonna.
That's what I'm saying, Mr. McCoy. What the hell is he trying? You know?
What do we do? What do we do? What do we do? When black lives are under attack, what do we do? When black lives are under attack,
Well,
what do we do?
as the past year. Whoa. Lift off. Massage envy? Oh, I gotta go, guys. Exactly. Exactly. Where's the marching band drums? Amen, John.
Justin Tigan, say his name. Justin Tigan. Say his name. Justin Tigan. What's his name? Justin Tigan. Say his name. Justin Tigan. Cordell Handy, say his name. What's his name? Say his name.
There you go.
What's his name?
Got physical activity in there.
Say his name. Hardell Sherrill, say his name. Say his name. What's his name? What's his name? Say his name.
Fred.
Demetrius Hill, say his name.
Yeah. Well, they're pretty much the equivalent, Fred.
Say his name.
You know?
Say his name. Noel E, say his name. What's his name? Say his name.
I don't know, Legion. That's a good question. Nate was wondering what you were talking about, Tom. I see the sign now. Yeah.
What's his name? Say his name. What's his name? Say his name. What's his name? George Floyd, say his name. What's his name? Say his name. What's his name?
Right, Mr. McCoy? And they would all follow. Going back to Chop Chaz, guys, when they started this repeating, it was just so blatantly obvious. Just rewiring a brain. That's it. The chosen ones, ladies and gentlemen. The flock.
I don't know what y'all been told. These killer cops have got to go.
Well, I agree with that, but to generalize all of an entire group generally ends with an ism, you know? There's always a majority and a minority.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11.
13, most difficult number in the book. That's right. We're itching for free shoes. He's good. Says a lot when you clap for yourself. I have a feeling this isn't copyrighted because I don't think it's from a label, but you never know. Give me a sec. Hope everybody's having a great evening.
Downtown Minneapolis, guys.
If you guys deem the quality of content and coverage worthy of a bump in either direction, more than encourage it and appreciate you. Helps bring this content and this chat to others. Generally speaking, all live stream chats get unlisted after, just so that we can have awesome, intimate conversations and, you know, then remain private. Not that there's anything to hide at all. There are some that I leave right up, but, you know, you never have to fear, you know, about speaking your mind. Everybody as an individual has a right to their opinion and their feelings, which are individual to them. So that's the reason for that. Be easy, guy.
Minneapolis, guys, downtown.
Looking fresh, bro.
Coming up on South 3rd Avenue.
East, they did, where was that? What's his name? He's on Facebook. He used to be a public official, but he's a cop. It was in Minneapolis. There was some looting that took place. This would have been back during the last weeks of the trial, when what's-her-name, Maxine, went down there. You have to get more confrontational.
React and share, guys. React and share this stream.
There you go. Bringing the baby out.
No, I said there's a...
You know, you got guys in bulletproof vests for whatever reason, but then you got a baby there in a stroller. Okay. Well, if they claim the vests are needed, then that's obviously no place for a child, one would think.
1,000. Yesterday it was over 1,000.
Oh, yo, Nate, it's gonna be sick. Most of that stuff's already been declassified, but
today, tomorrow,
yeah,
and Tuesday.
looking forward to the Navy. The Navy has some, and as does the Air Force.
I'll be live as much as I can.
But they call them unidentified aerial phenomenon, not UFOs.
That I can. Make sure you guys are following this page.
Check your proverbs, bro, or whatever they're called. What do they call them? Pronouns. Check your pronouns.
I'll be live on there.
Yo, Kathy Berg, I brought that up before. The spray-painted orange light vest was just... Oh.
Follow that page. I can get a 1080p stream out on there.
Music, man. See, I think that's going to be it until later tonight, just so I have some strength if and when anything else comes across. But again, this is the 1-year anniversary for the passing of George Floyd. So here in Minneapolis, they are marching.
Because I've done this for a year straight, seen many different crown sizes.
And New York City had Al Sharpton, and they did. They had the Floyd family there as well.
right, Thomas has to go and feed. What's up, Sean? Hey, what up, bro? How you doing? Brandon.
Swollen. Regardless what the truth is, I'm sure the government is happy they can flood the news with UFO stuff right now.
Like the
Yeah.
video, guys, if you're watching.
It's a great distraction. As is focusing on a country that starts with R over a country that starts with C. But yep, any distraction takes eyes away from the real issues. All right.
Let's do again. Comment where you guys are watching from, where you're watching, where you're tuning in from. Supporters, check in on Facebook. Consider becoming a supporter of our Facebook page. It helps us grow as a media company. Able to hire more photojournalists and other live streamers to provide you guys more live streams when I'm unable to. I'm only one person, but there's many people that are willing
Legion,
and able to.
Freemasonry, and hip hop. Good to share time with you all as always. Just want to thank you for joining. And I wish you a wonderful night if I don't see you. I'll be up tomorrow. Should anything arise. I do believe during the AM hours overseas will be active again. Today was quite a day at the Israeli consulate in London. I was up till 3-4 yesterday, Eastern Standard AM. But I'd like to cover that tomorrow morning as it's been gradually picking up. And there's a few good streamers there. Excellent videographers and good camera shots.
March, and they're leaving flowers in the trail.
We got some stragglers. Hey, you leave flowers all you want. That's beautiful. Good to be with you, Jay. Nate, you as well, my friend. Yeah, Kathy, right? It's a nice touch. I figured they'd be roses, but it is a nice touch.
My name is Louis Blaze. I'm born and raised here in the Twin Cities of Minnesota. I am a black man. I am a revolutionary. I am a solutionary. And I am a
What's a solutionary?
Make some noise for the liberation.
Oh my gosh.
What's that saying?
Yep. All right, ladies and gents, boys and girls, in the event things pick up later, I'm going to keep a bit of strength here and catch you guys in a bit. Again, thank you guys for hanging out. It's always a pleasure. And I hope to catch you on the next one. Solutionary. Are we making up words now? Exactly. It was a good rhyme, but I ain't seen that in Webster's. Amen, Legion. You too, my brother. Good to catch you. Sasquatch, you as well, my friend. Always a pleasure, guys. Kathy, Kim, yo, Ian, good to see you, brother. Nah, I was just on Facebook, Ian. It was a quick stream. I was going to end it as Dallas, which is where it started. It was just a 10-minute clip, and I ended up rolling. New York picked up, but small little intimate stream here. Good to catch you, my friend. Here, here, Onyx. Good to see everybody, as always. Wolf, creeping in from the woodworks, my man. Lone Wolf. Hope to catch you on the next one as well, my friend. Thanks for the smile. Look at that, baby. Yeah. 1980s Honda. And that will do. That will do. Over and out, ladies and gents. Deuces. DT, from beginning to end, good to have you from overseas as always. Good to be with you. Purple dude, black lady on Honda. She is as pressed as hell, man. Yo, I mean, from these voter laws, it's incomprehensible how she figured out how to get an ID to register that, go to the DMV and stuff. I saw a really interesting video actually from New York, and they went up to all different types of minorities, African Americans, Hispanics. They said, you know, do you know where the DMV is? Yeah, it's 2 blocks down, 3 to the left. Do you know how to get an ID? Oh yeah, I picked mine up a couple weeks ago. Every single person they went to knew exactly where it was and said that they did not leave home without their ID. So that's just something I thought was interesting, you know.
And I'm going to try to get to as many as I can.
Thought that was interesting.
A couple days.
But from this one to the next, on to the last, I will see you. Thank you guys for joining. Thanks again. Yeah. YouTube doesn't like that, Ian. Clear that. Good to catch you, my brother. I hope all is well, and I hope to catch you soon. I got the wrong damn one. Dang it. Sorry, Janet. Shoot. Sorry, Janet. Missed a comment. Purple, good to see you as always, my friend. Bet they don't need a license because they can't get on the internet. She has one mic. Exactly, that's what I'm saying. Swollen. Is Ronald Green going to be the big name this summer? Will Ahmad Yeah, that's the questions. Well, cast your votes now, ladies and gents. See you guys on the next one. Hopefully later tonight, if not tomorrow morning, like I said. Thank you for joining, as always.
React and share, guys. Keep reacting and sharing the stream.
Alright, that's it. Over and out.
A lot of trolls aren't able to spell words, guys, so don't engage. If you see a troll, then more often than not, they can't spell.
Misspelling is to the inability to count.
Leave them alone.
Up to
Just
and
let them look
including
silly.
13.
Don't engage with them.
Catch you on the flip side, Ian. Good to see you, brother. Thank you for popping in. Pleasure as always, guys. Catch you guys on the next one.
Trees